Whenever the laws of any state are broken, the duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Among the many duties of the Highway Patrol is that of protecting the delivery of money. Money is delivered in many ways, sometimes by armored car, sometimes by armed and bonded messenger. On July 9th, Henry Wigram, an employee of the bonded messenger service carrying a payroll of $20,000, started on his way from the bank to the Western Boiler Plant at Danville.
Why? What's the matter? This is the place.
I've decided we got to get off the road. Get in. This is okay. Where's your gun? All right, empty it in the ground. No, you keep it in your hand. I told you it just took good planning. A couple of minutes, we're going to be in the clear.
Hey, don't hit me too hard, but make it look real.
Oh, I'm just going to slug you on the back of the head. It looked like I outgunned you, ordered you to turn around, and then I slugged you. Now get the money bag.
All right, thanks a lot for your help. If we hear anything, we'll call you back. Thanks again.
Highway Patrol, Sergeant Larrabee.
APB, Henry Wigram. He's a payroll messenger for bonded messenger service. Let's see, he's about 40, 5'10", 170 pounds, wearing a blue suit, white shirt, and a blue tie. He's reported missing with $20,000. He's driving a gray sedan, license number Mary Paul Frank 686. Have 3310 check south on 107. Have 1512 check north on the same route. Anything?
Western Boiler Company reporting an incoming payroll messenger missing.
Mr. Matthews? Bonded Messenger is my company. I'm Ralph Wilson.
Thanks for coming over. You got a lead for us?
Oh, not in his record. Clean with us for 10 years. No record of arrests. Himself, his wife, Alma, relatives.
You got his home phone over here?
No, Evergreen, 5635.
Thanks. Get me Evergreen, 5635.
Wigram lives modestly, 127 Elm Drive in Rexford. He stalls on his bills as long as he can, but he pays them. Good Army service record, honorable discharge.
Hello?
Mrs. Wigram? This is Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Yes, I know. The bank called me a little while ago and told me. All right. All right, I'll wait for your call. No, I won't leave. Goodbye.
What car does he use to drive the payroll in?
Ours. He owns a red convertible, license number MPF 686.
Western Boiler gave us a lot of information, but none of it'll help.
Mr. Wilson's given us everything but Wigram's birth certificate. Mind if we keep this file?
All yours.
Thanks. I'm going to start on Elm Drive.
Mr. Wilson? Evergreen 5635, please.
Hello?
This is Grelier.
I was expecting your call.
You and your husband playing me for a patsy. So he slipped you the real bag before he got to me, huh? Now, you just listen to me, sister. You're gonna split as arranged. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, as arranged. At the Maple Leaf Motel, as arranged. Sister, you're gonna split with me, or you'll have so many cops blowing the whistle at you, you'll wish you never met John Grelier.
If you'll only listen to me, we'll divide the money. We never intended to double-cross you. I've got the bag here in the house. I didn't even open it. We're going to stick to our agreement.
Stick to our... What was the idea of handing me a phony bag, then?
We didn't know you. We didn't know whether you'd keep your word. We knew we'd keep ours. For all we knew, you might have taken all the money and run.
I bet this was your idea. Sure, I figured you for the smart one. Right?
What's the difference? Someone's at the door. It must be the policeman who called me before. Yes?
Matthews, Highway Patrol.
Oh, come in.
Thanks.
Did you find Henry yet?
If we had, I wouldn't be here.
But he was supposed to get to Danville at 10 o'clock.
I'm going to be frank. He was delivering 20,000 in small bills. Any reason why he should abscond with the money?
Abscond? Well, no, of course not. Why should he? Henry's got a perfect record with the company. He's never been in trouble. He doesn't drink. The job's good and steady. This house is in both our names. Our equity's almost $6,000. And the car. Everything. A man just doesn't run away from all that.
No, I guess not.
Henry's never been held up. But I've always been afraid there might be a first time. Mr. Matthews, it must have been a holdup. Where is he? If he's all right, where is he?
We don't know. If we hear anything, we'll call you. Thanks very much. $21.50 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
Anything on Wigram?
Negative.
Get me a make on him, where he hangs out, who he goes around with. I also want a list of all his phone calls from the house in the past month.
10-4.
Hello, operator. Give me the Maple Leaf Motel on Route 23, please. Yes.
Maple Leaf Motel.
Hello. Mr. Grolier in room 7, please.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I'll call you back. Operator, Evergreen 5635, please.
Hello?
It's okay now. I'm talking from a public phone.
I had to hang up. It was Mr. Matthews from the Highway Patrol. He's gone now.
Did he suspect you?
No, he was very nice. Mr. Grolier, where's my husband?
Well, just what do you mean?
He should have called the police by now.
You see, we got thinking it over. We thought it would look better if I tied him up, you know?
No. No, I don't see, and I don't like it. I want to know where my husband is and why he hasn't called the police. Tying him wasn't part of the plan.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Wigram. You bring that payroll over, I'll tell you exactly where Henry is, huh? Okay?
All right. I'll come right over. Yes, I know. Room 7.
Units of the Highway Patrol continued the intensive search along Route 107 for the missing messenger and his $20,000 payroll.
Here's a report on Wigram's last job before this one. It's clear.
Oh, Mr. Wilson. How are you? Any luck?
Straws in the wind?
Pointing where?
That he absconded.
Leaving his wife, his car, his house, and everything else, huh?
Henry Wigram co-signed an $8,000 note for his first cousin. The cousin defaulted, hasn't got a cent. And the holder of the note has been pressing Wigram for payment.
Now you're trying to prove motive.
3310 to headquarters.
Headquarters by?
I've found Wigram. Half a mile up Mission Quarry Track. 10 miles north of Danville. Shot dead.
Your motive pointed to the wrong man. Tell Waters I'm on my way.
Headquarters to 3310. 2150 is on his way to your 1020.
I thought sure he was our guy. Well, again, I'm stuck with the job of telling his wife.
Yeah. No sign of the payroll back.
I figured when we found him, we'd find the money. The lab boys will be here in a little while. They'll give us a clue. 2150 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
Did Mrs. Wiggum call in, say where she was going?
Stand by. No, sir, but here's some information that might help. On report of Wigram's movements, subject phone calls from the Wigram house. Records indicate a phone call to Maple Leaf Motel. Duration of call 30 seconds.
Any other calls?
5 to the same number over the past 3 weeks.
Have 3310 go to the Maple Leaf Motel. Check on Wigum's car. Also get a stakeout at Wigum's house. 10-4?
10-4.
What do you mean by not bringing the money? What's the matter with you anyway? Don't you know when you pull a job, you've got to get away? Oh. What do you want to do, just sit around and wait for the cops?
I want to know why the plan isn't going like you said. I should have heard from my husband long ago.
Mrs. Wigram, where is the money? Now, look, I told you exactly where I tied him up. One night in his car isn't going to hurt him. And if we don't settle up and clear out, I'm going to go to prison. And you are, too.
Did you hit him before you tied him up?
Well, that was the plan, wasn't it?
Hard?
Well, sure hard. On the head right here.
Did you leave him unconscious?
Well, certainly. All he needs is a couple of stitches in his head. Mrs. Wigram, don't cut your own throat. Where's the money?
$33.10 at 2150.
2150 by.
I have the Wigram car under surveillance at the Maple Leaf Motel. No one in car.
Keep it under observation. I'm proceeding to Maple Leaf Motel. 10-4?
10-4.
No. I'm sure Mr. Matthews didn't suspect either Henry or me.
Well, why are you so sure?
I can tell about men. Detective or not, I can hear suspicion in their voice every time.
Mrs. Wigram, do you know what a stakeout is?
Watching a place, you mean?
That's right, your place, for instance. Now, when you left, did you notice anybody or a car anywhere around?
No. I could feel he was sympathetic toward me. Why should he watch me?
And all the time, the money was right in your house?
And that's where it's going to stay. Until I'm sure my husband is safe.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Wigram, you're playing a game that you don't understand.
Highway Patrol.
Yes, sir.
We're looking for Alma Wigram. She's about 30, light hair, 5 feet 5. She might have been here to visit somebody in the past hour or so.
Nobody's come in during... Come to think of it, maybe the man in room 7, Grolier, was expecting somebody. About half hour ago, he was sort of looking up and down the street.
He said room 7.
He's not there now, sir. He drove out about 15 minutes ago. A light blue station wagon.
With a woman?
I didn't notice any woman.
Thanks very much. I'll try 7.
Headquarters at 2150. Headquarters at 2150. Headquarters at 2150.
2150 by.
Stakeout at the Wigram house reports a man entering. He drove up in a blue station wagon.
One stakeout, man wanted for murder. If he leaves, arrest him. Have the corner and lab boys get out here right away. This is the Maple Leaf Motel. The victim is Alma Wigram.
Stand for?
10-4.
He's still inside.
Okay, let's go. You cover the back. Patrol, open up! He said drop it.
What'd you come back for? It's a double cross all around. He didn't have it, neither did she.
You won't need it.
I answered the call at the Maple Leaf Motel. I wasn't needed. Headquarters sent me down here. I brought her knitting.
Well, she knitted real good, didn't she? All right, take him away. Next week's Highway Patrol story is a very unusual one. I hope you'll be with us. Until then, remember, it isn't the car that kills, it's the driver. This is Broderick Crawford saying, see you next week.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. criminal's motive frequently aids the law enforcement agency. On November 27th, an emotional crisis caused Helen Barton to commit the most difficult crime of all to solve. The crime without a motive.
Joe, listen.
I'm not going back. I've had all of your mother I can take.
You know how she is. Give her a little more time.
Helen, we've been married a year, and she treats me like a servant, and you like a child. Well, she can run your life if you want her to, but she's not running mine.
It's just her way.
Take your choice, either her or me.
Joe, please. I just can't pick up and leave her.
Then go back to her. Hello? Oh, Irene.
Is Helen there? Is she all right?
She's not here. I don't know.
You didn't upset her, did you?
I told...
She said she'd come right home. Well, where is she?
I know you love her. I love her, too. She's your daughter, but she happens to be my wife. It's my right to take care of her the way I see fit, in my own house and on my own farm.
That's what you want, but we'll see what Helen has to say about it.
In that case, we got enough evidence to move in, so you take it from there. If you want me, I'll be a DMV.
Yes. Hit and run? I got it.
Did you say hit and run?
Highway 12 in the Canyon Bridge.
When?
About 20 minutes ago. Beat cars are on the way.
Tell them to disregard. Bossy, get everything I need in the car. Scrapers, tweezers, camera, film, plaster, the works. Don't miss a thing. Come on, hurry it up.
All right.
Anybody see the accident?
Man by the name of Dilling is at the scene, but he didn't see the car.
Well, that figures. Hurry it up, Dorsey, would you?
I've got it all.
All right, let's go.
Joe? I
ran over a man.
Where?
At the bridge. He's still there.
But you stopped, didn't you?
No. I mean, yes. Oh, I don't know. I left him.
Why?
I didn't know what I was doing. I was thinking about Joe when it happened. I don't know how. Joe wasn't coming back. He talked about a divorce, and I was losing him, and I couldn't stand it. I've got to get him back. You gotta help me, Mama. Help me. Oh, my head is bursting.
There, dear. Now, I want you to lie down, Helen. Rest. Ted, get me the bromide from the medicine chest. I'll take care of everything, darling.
Don't you think we should call the police?
Get me the bromide, Ted. Now, don't
My
worry.
hand. I want to wash it.
Yes, darling, I'll do everything for you. You know that.
Sure sorry, I didn't see nothing.
That's too bad.
What are you looking for?
Blood on the wood means blood on the car. It's the same type, it's incriminating. If we find the car. Dorsey, let me have another envelope, will you?
Coming up. You find something?
Yeah, it looks like dirt. Fender dirt. From the underside of the fender when it hit.
What's that for?
You see, Mr. Dilling, analyzing the thunder dirt, we can tell where the car came from. Different parts of the country, different dirt.
Well, what do you know about that?
All right, see you, Liz. We'll initial them for identification. Pick up all the broken glass around, will you?
Right, I just finished pouring the plaster in the tire print. It's the only print, maybe the hit and run.
Okay. Mr. Dilling,
Yes, sir.
where do you live?
I live right over there.
Did you hear a noise at the collision?
No, sir.
How did you find the body?
Well, I was going over to the store, and I saw him laying there.
And you've been here ever since?
Yes, sir, except when I phoned the police.
Has there been anybody here besides the ambulance crew?
I don't think so. At least no cars stopped.
Now, Mr. Dilling, I want you to think. Think good. Did you see a woman around here?
No woman, no, sir. I'd remember that.
Have you got a lead?
I don't know. While I was working, I noticed a shoe print over there. Could be a woman's. Make an impression of it, will you? $21.50 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 2150.
Additional information on a hit-and-run vehicle. Car may have damaged left front fender. 10-4?
I'll explain everything later, Joe. Just listen. I'm sending Helen to you. She'll drive the station wagon. Now, if anybody asks you, Helen came in the station wagon this morning. I came in the coupe. I left in the coupe. You understand? All right. Did you put the coupe in the garage?
Station wagon's out. Helen, I don't like.
I'll take care of everything, Ted. Darling, you're going back to Joe's. I'll report the accident. I'll notify the insurance company. I'll take care of everything. You're waiting for me. Ted, get the insurance company on the telephone. I'll talk to them.
Why?
Take a look at these tire impressions. That's the shoe print. This is the suspected vehicle. It's about a 4-inch tread.
That's a patrol car tire?
Yeah, it's about a 5-inch tread, and it sank a good 2 inches deeper. Same dirt 40 minutes later.
Well, a narrower tread means a lighter car.
Not sinking so deep means the same.
All right, add it to the APB. Also had the possibility of half-ton pickup used on a farm.
Dan, you see this smear?
What is it, blood?
Paint. Gray paint.
Not
a factory job.
Lightweight.
Repaint, not too old.
Did you get that, Dorsey?
Another ad for that, hit and run. Gray car. Yeah, well, that's all we have now. All right, I'll call you back when we get some more information. Right.
Well, let's see. What have we got so far? Old car, lightweight, half-ton pickup, left front fender and headlight damage. That's enough to put out on the radio and let the people help us.
I'll get it out.
Well, put it on just for the weather report. Farmers will know what their neighbors are driving.
Okay.
Yeah?
There's a lady out here says we're looking for her on the hit and run.
Oh, you don't say. Well, send her in. Tell Dorsey to hold the broadcast. I'd like to break a case the easy way for a change. Now, she'll either fit the picture or she won't.
That's Mr. Matthews.
Well, I'm Mrs. Irene Toole. I ran over a man with my car near Canyon Bridge, and I came here to tell you that I did it. It was an accident.
Did you get here in the car that hit the man?
Yes, the fender's bent, but it still runs. And the headlights are broken, too.
How old is your car?
Well, I got it new about 9 years ago.
What color is it?
Gray, light gray.
Do you work?
Well, I own the Toole Chicken Farm on Highway 12.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What did you do after you hit him?
I got panicky, but I stopped. Then I drove home. And finally, after I got a hold of myself, I knew I'd done the wrong thing. I came here.
When you got home, did you change your clothes?
No.
Your coat?
Well, no, why?
Your shoes?
No. Well, what's the matter?
Would you mind giving Officer Dorsey your left shoe? Mrs. Toole, what are you trying to hide?
Helen Barton's flight from the farm to her husband was being dogged by a heavy weight of guilty conscience, slowing down her car, plunging her deeper and deeper into emotional imbalance.
So far, you haven't been able to remember a thing about the accident except you hit a man near Canyon Bridge. Is that your story?
I just don't remember exactly how it happened.
But you remember that neither your husband nor your daughter were with you. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Hold her. I'm going to see what kind of a story your husband has to tell. And your daughter. And you say you weren't with your wife?
No, I wasn't. I was right here, home.
What did she tell you about the accident?
Just that she'd hit a man.
Where's your daughter?
She's still with her husband.
Where was your wife coming from at the time of the accident?
From Joe's. Joe Barton, my son-in-law.
And you'll swear that your daughter wasn't with your wife?
What do you want me to swear for? What do you want anyway? It was only an accident.
No, it was a felony. Punishable by a prison term. It's a felony for a driver to leave the scene of an accident.
A felony?
You wouldn't want to compound a felony, would you?
I told Irene not to do it.
To do what?
To take the blame for Helen. It was Helen who was driving back from her husband's.
All right, where's your daughter?
Irene sent her back to her husband to cover up for her.
All right, where does he live?
You don't understand. She was all broken.
Where does he live?
In Hilton. 12753 Pine Street. What are you doing here?
I went as far as I could, but I began to be afraid. The car kept slowing down and stopping. I began to feel so tired, as if I were running.
You are in trouble now.
Where's Mama?
She went to the police.
I shouldn't have run away.
It was Mama who told you to.
I don't mean to Joe's. I mean from the accident.
It wasn't your fault. You were upset about Joe.
I got out of the car and I saw him on the ground. I wanted to go to him, but he was all twisted up and broken. I got frightened. It was my fault, Papa. I didn't watch the road. I was on the wrong side, and then he moved.
Helen, please, please.
I can't leave him lying there like that. I've got to go to him.
No, wait. I'll get you another sedative.
He mustn't lie there. I've got to help him.
Helen!
I tell you, she isn't here.
I've taken all the conniving I'm going to take in this case. Your wife is guilty of a hit-and-run felony, and you're just as guilty by hiding her.
I tell you, it was her mother who did it.
I just left the tool farm. Her father told me the truth. Now, where is she?
Oh.
I don't get it. 4 law-abiding citizens. One of you has an auto accident, leaves the victim in the street, bleeding his life away. A little while later, the husband, the mother, and the father join in the crime by trying to conceal the criminal. What, have you gone temporarily insane, or what?
I guess we have. It's all that mother of hers.
You're over 21. Where is she?
Helen was supposed to come here, but she hasn't gotten here. That's the truth, Mr. Matthews.
We'll pick her up.
Hello? Ted, where's Helen? She never got here. The police... What? It's my father-in-law. He said Helen came back home.
Now, let me have it. How's Matthews? What?
I was telling Joe. She's out of her mind. She went back to where she hit that man.
Thanks. Is this your wife?
Yes.
Pretty girl. She's on her way to the bridge on Highway 12. Hello, this is Dan Matthews. Send any available units to Highway 12 and Canyon Bridge. Pick up suspect. Her name is Helen Barton. She's a brunette. Oh, I'd say about 30. Be careful, she's emotionally upset. I'll meet you there, right? Let's go.
I didn't mean to leave you lying here. I shouldn't have run away.
You're the one that done it.
No, it was an accident.
It was murder.
Murder?
I was standing over there, and I saw that woman drive up in the station wagon. She said it was an accident.
Helen!
Leave me alone, Joe.
Helen, please!
I killed him, Joe.
It was an accident.
Leave me alone, Joe.
It was an accident.
No, it was murder. I shouldn't have run away. I'm always running away. I'm not door.
You don't seem to be doing much good. Give her a chance to calm down. Let me try. How's the guy she hit?
With a little luck, you might make it.
All right. Helen.
Come near me. Who are you?
That's unimportant. I just want to tell you, the man you hit isn't dead. He's hurt. He's very badly hurt.
I saw him lying there.
He isn't dead. I know that you didn't do this deliberately.
Of course not. I wouldn't kill anybody.
The law enforcement officer's job of apprehending criminals is a difficult one. It is made even more difficult when the criminal is an intelligent craftsman, an expert at his brand of lawbreaking. Stanley Wright was such a man. His method of safecracking was thorough and sensational. Highway Patrol, in trying to gather sufficient evidence to apprehend him, soon realized they were pitted against a strategist whose plans were thorough, whose rare ability at listening to a safe to open it left no clues, no guilt-revealing evidence.
Mr. Snyder, the owner?
I'm Ed Snyder.
Matthews, Highway Patrol.
How do you do, Mr. Matthews?
How do you do?
I don't understand it, Mr. Matthews. I opened it this morning, but the money just wasn't there. It had vanished.
You're sure it was in there?
Yes, I am. I put the day's receipts in there myself last night.
Did you close the place?
Yes, I did. I do every night.
No sign of anybody breaking in?
Not at all. Even the safe works fine. The coins and papers are still there, but all the bills are gone.
How much was in there?
About $350.
Have the lab boys check it over. I don't think you'll find very much. Anybody else know the combination?
Only my wife, but she doesn't have to steal it.
I know what you mean. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You were dead to the world, so I didn't bother you.
Didn't know you worked the early shift today.
Early shift, late shift. What's the difference? It's all just as hard work.
I hit the Snyder Market last night.
Yes, I know. Did you get any more than you did over in Durham?
No. It's a tough job, honey. Takes a lot of planning. And when we do hit it big, we want to be around to spend it.
How much longer do I have to front for you in this monkey uniform?
We gotta have some obvious means of support.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Stanley. I just get on edge sometimes. I'm sorry.
You better get going.
Okay. Take care of yourself, honey.
Those safes haven't been punched, burned, or peeled, so there's only one other way to get into them.
Looks like one of the employees must have gotten a hold of the combination.
Well, we can rule that out. Too many other jobs have happened in the same area. This guy's no amateur.
Listener's about as rare as an Eskimo in Florida. There couldn't be more than a dozen in the country. Why would one waste his time with these small jobs?
Because there are so few listeners left. The new combinations are so quiet you can hardly hear them fall into place, and the ones that have been knocked over would be a pushover for a listener.
I run a check, see if we can come up with anybody.
Yeah, do that right away.
I'm home, honey.
Hi.
You look tired.
That lunch hour's murder, Stanley. I have to work. I'm going to start looking for a sitting job.
Relax, it won't be long now.
You found the spot?
I think so. Take a little time. Right now, we gotta buy another car.
Another car, but why?
So you can have that sitting job for the rest of your life.
Are you Stanley Wright?
Yeah, what's the matter?
We'd like you to come down to headquarters.
What for?
Just like to talk to you.
Well, like I said, I don't have much choice. Is there a warrant?
No, there isn't.
Get my hat, will you, hon? You mind if I drive my own car?
No, not at all.
Stanley, you don't have to go if they don't have a warrant.
I'm on parole, remember? Don't worry, they don't have a shred of evidence. Look, you call a cab and go down and buy that other car. I'll be back in time for dinner.
Your record says you served time for safecracking in Chicago and Illinois. Right now you're out on parole.
That's right. But when I came in town, I reported as required. Why'd you pick me up? Some violation of parole procedures?
Can you account for your time last night?
I think so.
A week ago last night, were you in Durham?
Durham. Well, I haven't been in this area very long. I don't know all the towns around here. A week ago last night. Yes, I'm sure I can account for that night, too.
I suppose your wife is your witness.
Sure. Only been married a short time. Still kind of honeymooning. We're practically inseparable.
What are you living on, right? Your annuities?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't have much money. My wife works, but I'm having kind of a tough time finding a job.
What kind of a job are you looking for?
When you're next con, it's tough to be selective.
Yeah, I know.
Will that be all?
And for now.
Oh, it was very nice talking to you.
He's real cute, isn't he?
He'd be just as happy out spotting the police as he would be knocking over a safe. Have a tail put on him 24 hours a day.
And started when he walked out the door.
Check the safes in the area?
Yeah, there's 6 of them in a 25-mile radius. 5 are just like the ones who've already been hit. Small stores, old-fashioned safes, no alarms. The other's a jewelry store in Amberley. That has an ADT wire to the phone company. Not much chance to hit that one.
Let's talk to the owners.
$14.22 to $21.50.
$21.50 back.
Followed suspect to his home. He's inside now.
Okay, stay with it. 10-4?
10-4.
Stanley, is everything all right?
Sure. Told you I'd be home for dinner.
Who's he?
Oh, just a tale they put on me.
Well, what did they say?
Nothing much. They didn't have any evidence.
But they do suspect you.
Sure. They gotta do a lot more than suspect me if they want to make an arrest.
Well, you can't pull any big jobs now. They'll be watching you like a hawk.
Did you get the car?
Yes, but you don't have to take it. You didn't tell me what to get, so I told them we'd pick it up tomorrow.
We'll take it. I'll need your help in 2 cars to pull this job.
After what's happened, you're out of your mind. Oh, look, I don't want to be a waitress, but I don't want to be in jail either.
You're not gonna be in jail. All you gotta do is drive a car and mail a package. Police won't even know what happened.
As you know, there have been some safe jobs in the past few weeks. We think he's going to hit again.
Yes, I've heard about it, Mr. Matthews. But I doubt if you try ours. The only time the alarm doesn't go off is 9 in the morning and 6 at night when I open it.
We'd like to be overly cautious, and we need your help.
Certainly. Whatever you want me to do.
We've talked to the other owners. They've agreed to sprinkle fluorescent powder on the money. It's kind of like marking them. It'll show up in the criminal's hands under certain light.
Well, I do have some money in the safe, but it's mostly jeweled.
You won't hurt him.
Well, glad to be of help.
I'll have the lab boys come over and fill you in. Thanks very much.
Highway Patrol was tailing Wright around the clock. 4 days had gone by, and there was nothing unusual to report, except Wright's periodic use of a cab instead of his own car.
Your friend is still out there.
Yeah, I know. Hello, will you give me the number of the church on Highway 14, please? 6283, thank you.
Stanley, will you please tell me what you're up to?
The church is going to help me get rid of that tail. Hello? What time is your next service, please? 11:30, and how long does it last? Thank you. It's 11 now. This is going to work fine. Oh, you got the box?
Sure. Has enough postage to go to China.
Well, it's better to have too much than not enough. Oh, listen to that cab, will you? I told him to be here in a few minutes.
Why the cab?
Because we need both cars. That's why I've been taking a cab all week. Now that I really need one, they won't think anything about it. Now, when I leave, you go to that street in back of the church and wait for me. I'll duck out the back way.
How are you going to get enough time to get into the jewelry store?
Well, if everything works all right, he'll be waiting outside for me when the services are over. That gives me 45 minutes. That's more than enough time.
But then what?
I'll tell you later. Wait for me, will you? I'll be about 45 minutes.
Did you lose?
Yeah, all he'll see is the back of a lot of necks. Let's get going.
.22 to headquarters.
Go ahead, 1422.
1422, follow the suspect to a church on Highway 14. Cannot see him inside. He may abduct me.
Stay there. Keep in contact. 10-4?
10-4.
Stakeout can't be sure whether he gave him the slip or not. The church is pretty crowded.
How many times did he use a cab in the past week?
4 times.
We were wondering why he was using it. Now he's hoping we're not wondering anymore.
And we can assume he ducked out of the church.
Yeah. Get an APB out and his wife. She could be involved. And I want units to cover every city he could hit.
Right.
No, that's why I picked Sunday. Look, it's 11:35 now. Give me 3 minutes to get inside and 15 minutes to open the safe.
18 minutes.
And exactly that time, you drive by. Now, if the alarm goes off, don't let it throw you, because it's going to go off when I open that safe. But I can get out of there with the stuff in less than a minute. It'll take them 5 minutes to get here. 18 minutes.
You think of everything, Stan.
I have to.
All set?
Everything's covered except the Herbert Jewelry Store. Take us about 20 minutes to get there.
If he's going to hit, it's 2 to 1. That'll be the place. He didn't pull those small jobs for his help. Any other units nearer?
Well, the other units covering the other safes, we're the closest.
Let's go. Receive phone company report on the Herbert Jewelry Store alarm sounding. Have all units converge on area. I'm on my way. 10-4. Establish roadblock 10 miles north and south of Herbert Jewelry Store at Highway 14. Stop every vehicle.
1422 to 2150.
2150 by.
1422. Church service is still going on. Should be over in about 15 minutes.
He ducked you. There's no doubt about it. Couldn't be anybody else. Stand by.
10-4.
Can't have missed him by more than a couple of minutes. Let's go.
You're under arrest, Mr. Wright.
282 to 2150.
2155.
Have apprehended suspect's wife with the package at corner of Pine and Elm.
Hold there, we're on our way. 10-4?
10-4.
2150 to 1422.
Mr. Wright? Highway Patrol. We'd like to question you.
What's the matter? Another safe been robbed?
No, I just want to talk to you.
Always glad to cooperate with the police.
There's my car.
Just a minute. Yeah, buddy, I won't need you anymore.
Just a minute.
All part of the service?
That's right.
Enjoyed the sermon, right?
Fine. Should have heard it.
Let me see your hands. Give me the light.
Fluorescent powder's used for a lot of things.
Yeah, it sure is. It's all over your wife's hands in the package you didn't get the mail.
Honey, I knew it wouldn't work. I told you we couldn't get away with it.
You should have stayed and listened to the sermon. Take him away. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, reckless driving doesn't determine who's right, only who's left. This is Roderick Crawford saying, see you next week.